G'day guys, Bo and Maddie here from Chasing Dreams. Today we want to get a little bit deep and we want to talk about the hard truths of travelling Australia. It surely isn't all the glitz and glamour that we always show. It is real life and things go wrong, unfortunately. Not every day is perfect, so we want to touch on some of those things that you may not think about and people don't talk about that often, and then how do you sort of deal with those things. So let's go through them and get into some hard truths of what it's actually like travelling Australia full time.
All right, first and foremost, it is lonely.
Absolutely, and we don't just mean it's lonely whilst travelling, all right? Our experience was when we actually told people that we are setting off to travel and had that goal in mind for over that 3-year period, you know, friends didn't really want to hear about it because they weren't achieving that goal or trying to strive for it. They were going to be still stuck in their 9 to 5 as such. And we just felt quite lonely. You couldn't talk to anyone about it. I could probably count on one hand the support that we actually had when we said it to people. They're like, that's an amazing idea, go and get it. Everyone else, nah, why would you give up good jobs? Why would you leave behind what you have? It's like, I don't know, it is a very, very hard thing to tell people. We knew this is what we're passionate about and what we wanted to do. So for us, it was just, you know, work towards it and get there, but no one wanted to talk about it. Now, how would I change it up next time, or what can I do to help you? My advice would be find those people that are like-minded. So whether you follow other creators that are actually out there doing the lap, maybe reach out to them and have a chat and talk to them about that experience so you can get that high together, you know? Like, there's nothing greater for me than hearing people reach out to us and say they're going to go for it. I truly mean that. So if you're on a mission to do it, don't be afraid to reach out to us or another creator that you link up with or know. Just reach out, because we're a big community and the idea is to inspire each other to get out there. This is an amazing country. It's an amazing thing to do, and having that connection with people who can help inspire and talk about all our experiences can really hopefully help you.
And don't let those negative voices get into your head. They are extremely loud, or can be extremely loud. Don't let them sway you from what you are wanting to do, because at the end of the day, if this is what you are wanting to do, get out there and do it.
Absolutely, it's your life, right?
Yeah.
If it's the way you think you want to live, absolutely go for it.
All right, moving on to the next one is missing your family and friends.
Yes. Now, after being away from them for so long, we're pretty good with it.
Yeah.
We're pretty cruisy these days. Back when we first left home and moved to Karratha and like Broome and stuff, it was really difficult. So we understand what it's like to miss home and be homesick. And it can sort of hit you when you don't expect it as well. So it's one of those things. You can be in the most beautiful spot like we are right now, and it's just you miss being connected with those people, you know. And it's great that we now have Starlink service and stuff like that. We can FaceTime and stay connected that way. But the truth is, there's nothing like a hug from mum and dad, right? You know, or your best friend. So try and think of having some money aside, fly home, go get that fixed for a week, and then maybe go back. Half the time, like when we moved away and did that, you go back for a week and you started missing what you've created away from your original home, you know, and you go, wow, everyone's just doing the same thing. I got my hug, and I'm back on with the mission that I was set out to do, you know. And it is a tough thing, and we all struggle with it differently and have different relationships with people. So, but if that's one that you've got, that's a way I would alleviate it, or hopefully maybe somebody can fly to you and you can appreciate what you've built and doing together and creating those memories, maybe on the road. But
sometimes that's all you need. And for us, we see our families more now than we did when we first moved away from home. So it's, sometimes that hug from mum's all you need, and that's fine. But don't give up on what you're doing just because you are missing home. Now, the myth of loving it all the time.
And it is so true. Even like, say you're sitting in a place like we are now, it's okay to just have a day where you watch movies or just chill out and do absolutely nothing but appreciate where you are. You don't always have to be on the go. You don't always have to love where you are or what you're doing, you know. You can still appreciate traveling Australia and seeing it while still having your bad days or not enjoying travel. You can have your off days where you're thinking, travel isn't for me. You know, you'll probably snap out of it tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, as soon as you think about having to go back to work. But so don't ever get in your own head that you can't have a lazy day. You can't not enjoy where you are, because 100% you are human. This is your trip, and remember that you're doing it for you, no one else. So do it the way you want to, you love, and how you want to. Take a break and look after yourself, and don't be ashamed to do so.
Now, things go wrong.
They sure do. And when it hits the fan, we mean it hits the fan, because you can't go back home to a nice and beautiful place and just chill out in a nice comfy bed. If you're getting bogged and rocking up at 6 o'clock because you got nowhere to stay, you might get a flat tire in the pouring rain and it's got to be changed. No one else will do it for you. You've left a tap on and now your caravan's flooded. Maybe a hose has burst.
Sometimes in that moment, things also seem a lot worse than they are. Once it's all over and done with and you're sitting down later and you're like, oh, well, yeah, that wasn't actually that bad.
No one's fault. There's no point getting shitty with your other half. Like, you know, say we rip the awning off. Like, don't get crabby with your partner for not looking out the mirror and looking for it if you're going to hit it or whatever. It's, you know, or if it is your fault, just own up to it. Be like, oopsie.
If you run over a fishing rod.
Yeah, if you run... Oh my goodness, how rude. Still a touchy subject too, mate. That one was Maddie's fault. Nah, mate, joking. That's life, right? And you have to deal with it within your own way, but don't let something like that set you over the edge. Take an extra 5 seconds, chill out, maybe even longer, have a cup of tea, whatever, and just chill out and just take a second. All right, we're doing this lifestyle. We shouldn't be in a rush. Take it easy and just try to not let it get to you, because moments like that can really set you over the edge. And it's when you just throw the toys out the basket. You can be done in that moment. So just remember, take that time. And things go wrong in every parts of life, right? Whether you're on the road or not on the road. It's a way of life and things just happen, mate. I always try to have a positive outlook on it. So just take your time, reassess, and just get it fixed and get back on the road.
Financial pressures and uncertainty. That first week, month that you don't get a paycheck. Whew.
That is daunting.
Yeah, it is.
That is very daunting. And for most people, you know, traveling full time is saving up money and then using those savings to travel or working on the road. There are a few people out here, fortunately for them, they've got businesses that are quite successful and stuff. So everyone's circumstances are different, but money is always the root of all evil. Whether we are traveling full time or you're at home wanting to buy a new house or whatever, you know, like money is always a massive thing. And as Maddie said, that first month where you just don't have it come in is so unnerving. So unnerving. It makes you question everything you strive for.
Yeah. How we combat that is we actually pay ourselves. You explain it better than me, so.
Fantastic. We actually came up with a budget and we try to stick within that every single week. So we have a spendings account for our everyday stuff, and then we have a bills account. And everything that we need money for has to come out of that. We do not touch our savings, all right? And then that way we know how much longer we have left on the road before maybe we need to work. And that's been a great way for us to just know exactly what's happening and to keep that stress levels down. That might not work for everyone, especially if you're on a time frame and you just want to do everything in that area. But just figure it out how you would like to, and maybe don't be afraid to work on the road. There is so much work out there everywhere you go. If you're willing to do anything, I'm sure you'll create a lot of memories doing so, maybe learn some new skills, and you'll have a great time. But just try and remember, you can always make money. It might not be in your dream job or whatever it may be. It might not be a glamorous way of earning money, but if you're willing to work, you will always make money. That's guaranteed.
The learning curve.
Yeah. If you don't live this lifestyle before you set out, you have a lot to learn. Okay, so before we set off, we knew we enjoyed this lifestyle. We loved it. Our record, to give you an idea, was 18 weekends in a row camping.
Yeah.
In a swag or out of the back of the troopy at the time. We knew we had a passion and love for this no matter what, which was fantastic. But a lot of people that we know that are heading off, or maybe the grey nomads, they thought that they camped a lot with one weekend a year or 1 week of the year, you know, and you may not have had the caravans. You've got to learn how to use the awning, how to use the toilet cassette. You've got to look for water. You don't just, hopefully you don't just go to caravan parks, but whatever you do, it doesn't matter as long as you're getting out there. But it's all that learning curve and learning along the way. So my advice, again, to mitigate that would be get out there and live it, mate. Go and have a few runs and test runs at home before you leave, especially if you've just bought a new caravan. Give it a go and test it at home whilst you've got the comfort of home. Maybe you know a mechanic, or you know you've got help with friends, you know the stores and what they stock, so you'll be able to like fix up your caravan how you want to, or a couple of products that might make life a little bit easier on the road for you. But you can certainly just pull up and test it. Another great thing in that learning curve is you think you know what you need in a caravan, but even people who buy their caravans multiple times after traveling always change. We always grow and evolve. There's always new technologies and you're forever changing. But my advice would be rent a caravan, rent something that you're thinking about trialing, and go and try it before you leave and spending that big money. Otherwise you could be throwing money down the drain. You buy a new caravan for 150,000 and in a year's time you're like, this isn't for me. You've potentially just thrown 30,000 out the door within that year, and then you're going to upgrade. That would pay for us for a whole year to go around Australia. So if you want to throw it away.
And another thing is it takes time to settle into your environment. So we sort of say, like, whenever you're starting something new, give it 3 or so months.
And that's what it personally took us.
Yeah, every time we've changed our setup, 3 months it takes before you're sort of comfortable and know where everything is and know what you would and wouldn't have.
Or the way you travel. We all travel differently. I've only literally just been talking to people here and I said that I didn't like a place and they said they absolutely loved it, which is 100% fine. We're all different. And I always say, just because I say I don't like a place, go and see it. Because we are all different. No matter what, if someone says to me, don't see a place, I always go. I went on to a rant there that has nothing to do with the learning curve, but just remember to take time. It's nobody's fault. Learn together. If you're trying to back a caravan and you've got your missus trying to direct you, remember that she's never done it before. Again, you probably don't live this lifestyle, so she's never done it. She doesn't know what the caravan's going to do. Take time, teach each other, see how you both work, and make it an enjoyable experience for each other.
Sometimes you just need a break from the break.
Yeah, this isn't one that we personally have had to have.
No.
Our break would be stopping for a day and just watching movies, not going on a holiday or anything like that from the holiday. But maybe you need to go away for a week, spend some time in an Airbnb or a motel and have the comforts of home and a toilet and shower that are right there. And don't be afraid of that, you know, like, so what if people judge, mate? They're judging you for traveling Australia, let alone what you do whilst you're doing it. So if that's what you need to just have some you time, maybe you travel with kids, you know, and I can imagine they are a pain in the... So if you need time, mum and dad, to go away and do your own thing, it doesn't matter what people say. Everyone has something to say about everything. So do it the way you need to. Again, this lap is about you, no one else, and don't be afraid to take a break. Maybe your mental health needs a break. Maybe you're sick of the wind and the dust flying around and you just need some you time in a beautiful little resort, sipping some cocktails by a pool. It doesn't matter what. Just do it for you. So I want to end on, we love it. We love this lifestyle. And we were very naive coming into it thinking that everyone would love this lifestyle. And that is not the case. No. We've met people that didn't realise you had to find your own water, didn't realise that you had to empty the cassette into something that is going to stink. And it's not always glitz and glamour. Not everything goes right. Not every day is perfect. And it's a way of life. And it isn't for everyone. But just remember, as someone who may not be in the lifestyle, may not enjoy it, that's okay as well, you know, but be sure to take that time for yourself, travel how you want to, and I hope you still get out here. We're not trying to deter people. This isn't a deterrent. Nope. Nothing would make me more happy than you guys being here with us experiencing this, you know, like we enjoy this and love it, but experiencing spots like this with other people is priceless. And we've met some cracker people on the road and they are amazing. Do it for you, do this lap for yourself, travel full time for yourself, whatever it is. They're just some things to think about. Hopefully we gave you some ways to potentially change that up. Again, don't be afraid to reach out. Maybe you're traveling full time and you're experiencing a bit of depression or having a lonely day. Maybe reach out to another creator or someone you know. But again, we love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Your support means the absolute world to us. We hope you enjoy videos like this. We actually do have a lot more things to discuss on hard truths, and hopefully ways for you to
combat them.
Combat them, that's a great word.
Get past them, yeah.
So if you like this sort of thing, please let us know in the comments, I guess, or whatever, so we know whether we can tell you some more and hopefully pass on our knowledge of being on the road. And maybe it can help you in a way get out here and still just get past those little niggling bits that can wreck your day.
Yeah, and the bits that people don't want to talk about, because like we said in the beginning, it's not all glitz and glamour. It is a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong, a lot of the time it is perfect. Like look at what's behind us, like that. That's pretty cool.
Stop it.
But it's not always glitz and glamour, and sometimes you just need somebody to confirm that for you, I guess.
Yep, true.
Yeah, make sure that somebody's going through the same boat as you.
So thanks again for watching, guys. If you've made it this far,
congratulations.
You're an absolute bloody legend, that's for sure. No, truly, you are an absolute bloody legend. We'll catch you next week wherever we are. Thank you again for your support. See ya. What?
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting too old for this.